Welcome back to the Ground Up Podcast. I'm your host, Keisha Rock, and this is the podcast that brings you entrepreneur stories to help you get started and keep going. Today, we're bringing you Lamarr Johnson, serial entrepreneur and best known throughout RVA for his restaurant, Pig Brew. Welcome, Lamarr.
How y'all doing?
Hey.
The claps.
I know you like the claps. It's the little things, the little effects that add to the experience. So speaking of experience, I'm sitting here with my Casamigos Peach Smash.
Yes, sir.
This shit is good.
Well, yeah.
This shit is
Get
good.
you right.
Yes. So we are, let me take a sip. Okay. So we are at Pig Brew today, and it's so funny. I remember you opened in 2018.
Yep.
Yeah, I remember when you opened, and I was working downtown, and I was like, oh, definitely got to go there because I passed this on my way home from work. So I stopped here for a happy hour with some coworkers one day after work. Shit was good. It was so good, and we had such a good experience. Service was great. And now look at me sitting here with you, about to learn about the business, all about you. And it's not just Pig Brew for you. So I guess first, let's just give me a little background about yourself, where you're from, and tell me about your upbringing.
All right. I'm from Richmond, Virginia. Born and raised. I moved around a lot. When I was younger.
You got to give us the school though, so we
school?
can.
I'm gonna start it. But grew up in Chesterfield when I was born.
Okay, me too.
My father went to federal prison. I did 10 years. So
How old were you when that happened?
I was, I think 3 to 4.
Okay.
And in between that, I just moved, place to place until we settled in Richmond, West End area of Richmond. So, and that was my second grade. I went to Maymount.
Okay.
Which is in the West End, the elementary school. And then I went to William Fox from there. Got introduced to kind of like basketball when I moved around there because, that's what they did, play football and play basketball. Went to Benford Middle School. Got more involved into sports.
Okay.
And some other things.
Look, I didn't know. Look, Aaron piques Aaron's interest. I know Aaron was a football player. But, yeah, I didn't know I was a similar athlete. So, all right. So, you said your father went to prison when you were 4. Mm-hmm. So, how do you feel like that shaped or, impacted your upbringing?
I don't think it impacted it pretty much because my family is just full of hustlers. One way or another, we got to it. So, I think that's kind of like in my DNA. So, I don't think it shaped anything or changed anything. I think it kind of just made it, now I could go full force on whatever I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. So I think that it kind of showed me, because I at a younger age I probably wouldn't have seen my daddy doing what he was doing, but it showed me what my mother was doing as far as like hustling, as far as doing hair, working a job. So
I got you. Yeah.
So I saw just the work ethic side. But then, later in life, I got to see the street side of my family. Just, now I'm not being naive to it. I can actually see it. So I got older brothers. I'm the youngest, so that kind of.
Yeah, but okay, so you have older brothers. Your mom was out there doing what she had to do and providing. So it sounds like you said, you had a lot of hustle and influence around you to help bring you up. That's dope. What do you feel like led you to entrepreneurship?
I always knew that in order to be great, you have to own something. Working a 9 to 5 is going to get me but so far. And I just wanted the flexibility to be able to do whatever I want, provide jobs for my friends, family, and, retiring. Like, who wants to work forever? It just doesn't make mathematical sense.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't even know what the age is now people are retiring, but
they're not retiring.
That's valid. That's probably true, yeah.
They leave their main job and they do a retirement, and then maybe 5 years later they start working in the workforce again. So
yeah. Wouldn't that be that will be so beautiful when working, though, is optional. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
when it's just things you can do because you want to do it and not because you have to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what was that first entrepreneurial venture that got you going?
In high school, me and 2 other guys, we started a clothing line.
Nice.
So that was probably my 11th grade year. So we started a clothing line. We got good recognition off of it. I still do it today.
What was the name?
Inspired Truth Material.
Okay.
So I've done that for, was going on 10 years now. So that was the first I guess you can say, real venture where I had documentation to say that this was a legitimate business. But I mean, even growing up, I'll wash cars, I'll do whatever to get the bag.
Yeah. I love that you started that with, you said, with 2 friends.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that's already learning like the power of numbers, the power of collaborating. How do you feel like just partnership or collaboration, building relationships has played into your journey?
It developed me as a person because then, not all partnerships have went well.
Yeah. Speak on it. Yeah.
So once you realize that certain people don't have the same, inspirations or motivations of you, or the same even non-ill will intents, somebody's not on the same page as you all the time.
Right.
So it's hard to do partnerships, honestly, because you're giving up power in a certain sense. And I'm a type of person that go. I don't like waiting. What are we waiting for?
Yeah.
The bag is right there. Let's get it. So, I mean,
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think that's true, though. I think, like you said, you can learn, but like to know that like you attempted to partner with people and then you learn those lessons, it carries you on to those next relationships, those lessons learned.
Yeah, facts.
I love that. So when you started entrepreneurship, I mean, I guess you were in 11th grade, but like at that time in your early life when you're developing your businesses, did you have any other entrepreneurs around you compared to like today? Do you have more, or do you?
I have way more now. I mean, my network as far as now is just out of this world. I can call literally from the high to the low for whatever I need. So then it was just more of like, you wishing on a star. You just chasing the dream at that point because you don't have that mentorship at 11th grade to be like, oh, yeah, I can follow this person. So, my idol is Steve Harvey. I mean, just from the upbringing, not giving up, being homeless. Now he's, worth $100 million. That just takes, it takes a different kind of man, and your mental got to be just crazy.
Yeah. I love Steve Harvey. And if you haven't heard his story, definitely like YouTube it. Or I'm sure he's done a podcast or a bunch of interviews. Yeah. Not just say that because I remember listening to his story because obviously I love hearing people's story and like it left an impression on me. So
I mean, and reading his books is something too.
Read his books.
He really go into the lifestyle.
I love that. All right. Well, tell us, how did it all get started with Pig Brew?
My godfather, he owns a restaurant in Churchill called Carolina Barbecue.
Nice.
When I was attending ODU, I was working there off and on while I was in school. And, me and my friends, we would come up, get something to eat, go back, go to school, get drunk. It was like, man, we had this in a bar. It would be lit. So,
okay, so I get you.
yeah, it was just like how college is.
Yeah.
You drink. So it was like a win-win for us. It was like, we're going to go get drunk down Chaco, go get something to eat, and go get drunk again and be perfectly fine. So one day I was just like, man, I just gave him a proposal. I was like, man, I want to, what you want to expand? Because he do takeout over there. So I was
when you say gave him a proposal, was it verbal or written?
No, he's my godfather, so he
okay, so, well, you used the word proposal, so I'm thinking
I'm saying a proposal, so it's like, I'm like, hey, look, I can get the liquor out. That is not an issue. Can you bring the food? He's like, you do this and this, certain things that we put together, and, he was like, he with it. Okay,
so he guided you through getting up off the ground, getting it open?
Yeah. I mean, so that's my partner. He's my business partner, too. Mm-hmm. So, he was for it. If it make money, it makes sense.
Yeah. So what's that experience been like? So you opened in 2018. You survived the pandemic.
Yeah. I mean, you gotta believe in God and have faith and keep pushing. I mean, but you do gotta be innovative. You gotta make sure that you're not thinking that you know it all. You gotta always learn, keep learning. Like right now, I got a mentor that's still teaching me. I'm going out there getting information, how to be better, how to expand, how to increase volume, how to max out. So. I mean, that's what you just really got to do.
How do you think, like, personal self-development plays into entrepreneurship?
Well, I got another mentor that always tells me.
Look at you with these mentors. I love it.
Yeah, you got to, because I'm not an expert.
Yeah, because I'm not an expert. Y'all, that's a gem. Catch that.
I'm not an expert. But his saying is, your why gotta make you cry, right? and a lot of people don't get it, because if your why don't make you cry, you gonna stop, because something's gonna be harder than why you pushing, and it's gonna smack you on your feet and you're not gonna get back up. So if that why is that strong, you're gonna get back up and you're gonna keep hitting that wall, and until you get through it. So I think your personal development comes with the mindset first.
All right, y'all. Well, that's the clip that we're going to use on Instagram, on Facebook, on YouTube. That was gold. No, that's so much truth. And it comes with the mindset first. Yeah. So that leads me to, what do you do for your mindset? Like, are there any, like, daily habits or practices, or, you know, anything that you do to, like, keep you focused? Because, I mean, we'll get into it, but Pig and Brew, although that would be more than enough, that's not the only business venture you have. So I can imagine trying to balance so much, you got to keep your mind right.
Yeah, I mean, so I'm a lot different than other people. I done had different experiences in my life that's different. So I look at it like this. I wake up and look at all the friends that are either dead, locked up, family members that's dead, and that motivates me. So it's like, what they want me to not be doing as much as I can be doing when their life stop. So I got to do double, because, I mean, I got to live for them too.
Right.
So I feel like that if you get that mindset alone, that's the drive. But then the other drive is, hey, my mama don't need to be working. She gonna want that Gucci bag. She gonna want that. she gonna want the finer things. And if she ain't gonna be working, I gotta provide that. Then the last thing is saying, all right, that's cool, but who you gonna do it with? Mm-hmm. So if my whole team ain't doing the same thing I'm doing, it's kind of like I'm really failing. So until everybody's on the same page, that we all are individual bosses and we can all do, you know, we're not working a job and we can all do the same thing, spend the same kind of money, you know, then I don't feel like I'm doing enough. So the thing is just to keep going until, you know, till you hit.
Yeah, keep going till you hit. Do you ever find entrepreneurship lonely?
Not necessarily. I mean, it's people out here that can really help you keep going, keep growing, and push you. So I don't think so. I mean, you just got to be around the same like-minded people. Mm-hmm. That's the hardest part.
Right, exactly.
But it's not
and that's
long.
why
I don't think it's lonely.
that. Yeah, that's why I asked that, though, because if you don't, you know, our entrepreneur's mind, I can't really say that I have one, but I know for damn sure my husband does. Entrepreneur mind is always going, always plotting, always planning. Mm-hmm. And if you don't have others around you to kind of voice those ideas and strategize and stuff, I can imagine that it could be a little lonely. But it sounds like you found the key of finding like-minded people and putting yourself in situations to get mentors.
It's about networking, though. It's, you know, like they say, your network is your net worth. So if you lonely, your pockets ain't really doing what you say you're doing, because the people that got money got teams.
Ooh, the people that got money
I'm just
got
saying,
teams.
people got money
now,
got
y'all
teams.
know I got to go back to the breakdown, the last episode titled "Your Network is Your Net Worth," and Rylan and Aaron talk about that. So, for sure. You hitting everything on the nail, Lamarr. All right, so we talked about Pig and Brew a little bit. Mm-hmm. Anything you want people to know about Pig and Brew?
Oh, it's something next coming.
Okay, something brewing.
Yeah, something really brewing. Yeah, it's going. Eventually, we'll have another location, well, bigger location, and then I'll take it out of state.
Okay, great. Wow, that's huge.
Florida.
Y'all heard it here on the Ground Up Podcast.
Yeah, we're going to Florida.
That's big.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's big. And barbecue is big in Florida. I can see that doing well. Yeah. And these drinks, I'm telling y'all, this drink is amazing. All right, so what else you got going on? I know you have a nonprofit as well, right?
Yeah, basically there's a mentorship where, we help people with, entrepreneurship, financial literacy, athletic program, and professionalism. So,
wow.
On the athletic side, I got many friends that play pro on the football level, basketball level. So we try to get them to understand, it's just take dedication. You ain't just, everybody great.
Right.
You gotta work extra hard. So financial literacy, I think, is the number one thing that our community lacks. Like 2 years ago, we did a workshop with Capital One for like credit repair and stuff like that for the kids at the parents for the kids at Blackwell Elementary, And then that coincides with our education side, which is literacy. We have, as minorities, as African Americans, have the lowest literacy rate, I think, in the nation. So we've donated thousands of books to Richmond Public Schools. We're just trying to help the school. I come from the inner city school, so I know the difference. Like, they still using just regular textbooks, but you will go to the county and they got laptops. They was getting that before the pandemic. So,
right, yeah.
So when we got it during the pandemic, it kind of like really shot us in the foot because they didn't know what to do. They already 10, 20 years ahead of the game.
Right.
And that was easy for them. And it hurts because our transition to college is way harder because we don't have those elements and we're not already embedded in what that culture looks like.
Right. What was that's an amazing nonprofit too. I love that you're basically giving back to where you come from and you're like pulling, I don't know what the saying is, but like as you grow, like you're pulling people up. Yeah. So you said so was it a group of you that came together to create this?
It's a couple of my friends from college, but it's also a couple guys that was from Richmond.
Nice. I think that's amazing. And I also just feel like when you do something you talked about like your why earlier, when you do something that's bigger than you, it definitely has an impact on like who you are and who you become and your legacy. What else you got going on?
Right now, I'm actually ready to start aviation school, pilot school. That'll be tomorrow.
Look at that.
So I'm trying to do a aviation broker, aviation service. So I really want to do all black aviators. So it comes down to the pilot, to the people that serve you on the cabin. Just want to start my own broker company because it's like, for one, I think that we're underrepresented in the aviation world, which is, true. But we also one of the ones that spend a lot of money in the aviation world. So it's like, I just want that comfortability. And then to bring it to Richmond, I think sheds a lot of light. And then it helps with like my nonprofit with mentorship and saying that like, hey, y'all can do whatever y'all want to do. It's attainable. Yeah.
What's the name of your aviation?
It's called Lafayette Aviations.
I love it.
Yeah.
I just love it. I don't know. They might not seem like big dreams to you, but I feel like you have big dreams that you actually go after and create. What gives you that confidence and courage?
I look at stuff, like I said, I look at stuff a lot differently. I'd always do the math. So anything that I feel like it could be profitable to me and then profitable to my community or profitable to the people that I associate myself with, I think that it always makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So
I love it. And then how do you go about balancing it all, like carving out time to so you said tomorrow you start aviation school and you're still running, a business and a nonprofit. Like, is that a struggle for you or do you just make it work?
No. So understanding business, you got to understand it's a system. So that's just like I do 15 other things too. Like I'm on the board of a credit union. I'm the chairman. If you got the correct systems in place, you have enough time. Mm-hmm. Trust me. I think if we look at like screen share and see how much time you be on your phone, you'll be like, oh yeah, I got 6 hours of the day that I just literally wasted on scrolling TikTok and Instagram. So you gotta look at it like that. So if I take 3 hours of my day and say, all right, I'm gonna fly, then I still got 3 hours on TikTok. You see what I'm saying? So I don't really think it's a balance because the balance is there. The time is there. It's just you prioritizing and making sure that you're productive, most of the time.
Yeah, I love that. What's something you're doing to focus on? I hear you're pretty good at marketing. What's something you're doing to focus on like marketing and growing the business?
I'm not gonna say I'm decent. I'm decent. I got the basics down pat. But what I'm doing in marketing, I think that is a lot of people will think it'll be, I guess, I don't even know the word right now, but I'm using like Google algorithms to kind of market my business. Instagram, I think like with our culture, I'm already black, so I kind of like, I don't think I need to market to our people. I think I need to market to the people that don't look like us. Because what people fail to realize, especially in Richmond, we're not the majority. So it's like I cannot survive as a business and grow with only having black clientele. So the object of the game, if you don't have the other cultures in your business, then you're doing something wrong.
I'm losing money.
Yeah, and then it's if it's only black people in your business, then evidently I feel like that it's something in your business that's not attracting the other cultures to come, because if your food good, liquor is the same everywhere. I mean, you got a bottle of Jack Daniels from here or any other restaurant, it's the same. So it has to be the culture, your environment, and, you know, the aesthetic. So
Yeah, I love that. That's so true. And look, all money spends the same. So.
yeah, exactly. So I'm taking it.
All right. What has been the most challenging thing in your entrepreneur journey? And then tell us about a highlight.
The most challenging thing I can say is, like I said before, finding those people that have the same mindset as you. Because I push people so hard, it can be
They clunk out.
It could be like unattractive, or it could be I'm pushy. But for me, it's like, why waste your time? Why bullshit? Why not look at your own potential? And, you know, that's that. But I mean, the highlight I can say, I mean, Open Pig Brew was a big highlight, because this is my first like brick and mortar business that actually people can come to. Like, I have other businesses that I'm proud of. Like my mom, we have a medical transportation company, and she runs that. So retiring her to drive that and not have to work for anybody, she, you know, I like, let you do your own thing. You don't call me. You make your own money.
That's dope.
You're good. So, you know, like that's probably a good highlight too. You know, she works for herself, and I think that's about it.
Yeah, that's dope. What do you feel like, you know, are resources or things that's really helped you like get these businesses like actually up off the ground and going, that you feel like would be helpful for other people?
They gotta talk to people. They can't be scared of like mentorship, like we said. Mm-hmm. So like, I mean, even before I got the mentors that I got, I still call and ask for tips from either chefs or other restaurant owners. Like, hey, look, how you do this? How you do that? Or what POS system is better? Or what vendor did you have the best experience with? So it's like, why go through the process when you can kind of skip the process when somebody's like already established? Like, let's say Southern Kitchen, for example, they've been around 10 years. I'm not gonna do what I decide I think is best if she tells me, hey, well, don't use that vendor because of this, and the third. And I'm gonna
learn from other people's experiences.
Exactly. And I think that's what a lot of us do as African Americans. We don't reach that hand out and try to ask for help, or, you know, you do your research. You know, that's just really how I break down. You gotta do your research, and then, you know, even if you do a trial and error, don't be afraid to fail. Yeah. I mean,
that's all a part of the process, right?
It's part of the process. You cannot skip the process at all. That's what's just gonna happen.
Yeah. Anything you took an L on you want to share?
I like until I got Toast, I had probably like 2 or 3 systems before that, and I'm like, why the hell did I not get Toast at first?
What kept you from getting Toast at first?
The price. The price. You know, we at first people getting Square, and I'm like, why y'all getting Square? They be like, oh, it's cheap. I'm like, yeah, but if Square go down, you can't call Square because it's Apple, or, you know, they don't have a good, you know, back office system, or they're not integrated.
And
with
Toast
everybody.
is like generally for restaurants, right?
Yeah, but I mean they do retail stores though too. Like, it's not. I mean, it works. I like it.
It's working for you.
Yeah.
There's a new business in town.
Golden Touch Mobile Detailing.
If you're in the Richmond, Virginia area and tired of riding dirty,
or you appreciate a deep clean,
book an appointment with Golden Touch Mobile Detailing. It's not your average car wash. Full interior and exterior cleaning, and Golden Touch Mobile Detailing comes to you.
It's the attention to detail to make you a returning customer.
Follow the Instagram at Golden Touch RVA and book your appointment.
I guarantee you'll be riding clean.
All right. What do you feel like you've learned the most about yourself? How old are you now?
I'm 27. I just turned 27.
And have you been an entrepreneur since your adulthood, or how long would you say you've been an entrepreneur?
I had my last job was at Amazon 2015, I think. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so I haven't had a job since 2015.
That's huge. Yeah. What does that feel like?
It feels normal now. I mean, I don't know, because I mean, either way, if I was working for somebody, I won't work for somebody. I'm always trying to be the best. So it's kind of like, it don't really matter. I'm the best and the owner.
Yeah.
So I can do what I want to do, and That's that. I don't have to wait. I like to. This whole week I'm not working. They working all week.
Look.
And I'm gonna still give my check.
All right, flex on them. No. Where would you? So I know you said maybe expanding to Florida, and you have other businesses in the works. You're getting your aviation license. Mm-hmm. Like, if you look into the future, like, where would you like to see yourself?
I would like to see. Well, this is gonna be real soon. So I'm starting to. Well, I have a partner. He owns a couple dispensaries, and we're partnering, and we're gonna potentially open one in 757 in the next 2 or 3 months. Mm. So hopefully in the next couple, in a year, 18 months, we 2-3 dispensaries.
That's the move.
Island in the Belize or something with the airstrip so I can fly.
That's the
and
move.
a couple jets. I mean, I think that's the way to go. And then the whole team eating.
The whole team eating. I love it. What advice do you want to share to our listeners who, to help them get started and keep going in entrepreneurship?
I mean, it's simple. Just do that shit. Like, ain't nothing else to really talk about. Because, I mean, the only person that's stopping you from doing it is you. There's really no obstacles out here in this day and age that we live in, for real. You can get over all the racism shit. You can find a way. Funding is not an issue in 2022. So it's, you just got to know your resources. I think that it's just go out here, get that shit, do the research, and don't procrastinate.
And don't motherfucking procrastinate.
Yeah, I mean, that's it.
It's this the drink, y'all. That's what got me cussing, y'all. I don't like to cuss that much. All right. This has been great. You are a very successful 27-year-old and very inspirational. I think you dropped a lot of gems. You ready to play this game? I'd like to wrap up with a little game.
Yeah, that's cool.
Let's do it. All right. Would you rather this or that? This or that, ribs or brisket?
That's tough. Damn. I wasn't expecting that. Are you talking about in my place?
Brisket.
You talking about here?
I just mean in general.
Oh, in general, ribs. Yeah.
Disagree. Would you rather someone see all the photos in your phone or read all the text messages in your phone?
I got some screenshots, so damn. Photos.
Yeah. Sorry for them girls out there. No, I'm kidding.
Where you getting these questions from, Keisha?
I'm getting creative, okay? That's is tough. The Casamigos peach smash. No, I'm kidding.
It sound real crazy. It sounds spicy in here.
This or that, funny story or one-liner?
Funny story.
Funny story. Me too, all the way. Would you rather be forgettable or remembered for your worst moment? Easily forgettable.
Remember for my worst moment.
Oh, I'd rather be forgettable.
Because if you're forgettable, then nobody know you. At least you got. Hey, look. At least you know me.
At least they know your name.
Yeah.
All right, last one. This or that. Rich and famous or rich and unknown? Look, you just answered that.
No, but that's a difference. Rich and unknown. But would I be mad that I'm flying a jet or my jet and you don't know me?
Nope.
like I don't be on some Batman shit. I'll buy the hotel.
Rich and unknown. I'm with you on that. All right, Lamarr, this has been a good time. Thank you so much for sharing your journey with us. How can listeners reach you?
Yeah, I'm on Inspiration on Instagram. I might be a block right now. Instagram been tripping lately.
All right, well, catch him on Pig Brew Instagram. I have everything in the show notes. Thank you so much.
All right, appreciate y'all.
Help us build this podcast from the ground up. Please rate and review on Apple Podcasts. It helps further our reach, and your reviews mean so much to us. You can also support us by becoming a Patreon, or as we like to call it, a friend of the podcast. Find us on Instagram at The Ground Up Podcast and subscribe to our YouTube channel. Don't forget to share with a friend. Until next time, we're rooting for you.